opponent. The fact that we're on the road. We know we have a lot of work left to do in this series. So I think guys feels like we're pretty focused. So we'll just continue to drill down on those messages.
Throughout the preparation game from before game one for now, kind of how has the team been just in terms of their preparation? Focus,
Yeah, been good. They've been same mood every day, which is what you want at this time of the year. Obviously locked in. Practices have been good. Game plan execution's been good. I thought we got a little loose in game 4 on some things we've been really good at, so we need to go back and look at tightening that up.
Obviously, we talked a lot about the late game offense in games 3 and 4, but throughout the course of those games before then, Julius really helped you kind of get to those moments.
No doubt.
Still in the game. What's been most impressive to you about his performance in the series and how he's fit into the context of that?
I just love the force that he's playing with. I love he's just super decisive in everything he's doing. And he's been playing like that for a while. And he's just kind of realizing, the right times to attack the right matchups, getting out in transition, pushing the pace a little bit for us. He's been doing a little bit of everything, but yeah, we got to make sure we keep him involved in the offense. He's been great, as well as get everybody else involved in the offense a little bit earlier than we had done in game 4.
What approach has Jaden taken in this series?
Pardon?
What approach has Jaden taken this series with all the different defensive assignments he's had?
Well, I think I think it's the same approach he's always had, to be honest. Throughout the season, that's he's all we'll use him in so many different ways on so many different guys. He's very comfortable. He's pretty unflappable. Does whatever we ask him to do in that regard. And he knows that he's always going to take a guy that's, very, very dangerous or a very tough matchup. So one of the things we love about him is that he actually, really relishes those opportunities. So.
There's a 2-minute report mentioned that Luka maybe had gotten fouled by Jaden in that final frame. Knowing tonight, tomorrow night for the game, might be a title whistle for you guys. How do you fight through that and just manage everybody expectations?
Listen, hey, any series, any possession, any time down the floor, if you've watched this playoff, there's a foul that's been called or not called. So, that's just the way it's been. I don't feel the need to have any hand-wringing about missed calls right now. We've not made this series about any calls, any whistles, any things that have gone against us or for us. Even when they started game 1 and didn't call a foul on the Lakers for 20 minutes, which is unheard of. So we're not worried about it. We're just going to play. And sometimes it's going to go for you, sometimes it's going to go against you. But if you've watched the playoffs, you can call a foul literally every possession. And some they call and some they don't. So we got to develop a tough mindset, play through it all, and just keep focusing on the things that we know that can help bring us success.
Rudy was scoring the ball at a pretty efficient rate before the playoffs. He hasn't really been scoring much, but how do you feel like his role has just been and how his mood has been really just establishing that role as a defender?
His mood's been great. We talked before these series that every series is different, every game is different. Might not be your night. We're going to do whatever we have to do to feel that we how to change the complexion of the game, the matchups, etc. And sometimes it might break your way, and sometimes it might not. He understands that. He's been great doing his part when he's been asked to do it.
Coach, when you're facing a team backs against the wall, and now in the Lakers home court, what do you expect?
What's that?
When you're facing a team where their backs against the wall, and now they're at their home court now, what do you expect from the Lakers?
Yeah, we expect everything they got. We expect a strong start, a ton of physicality, their best execution. You would expect them to respond like the quality opponent that they are. So.
Chris, does anything? I know you talked about this a little bit. Does anything like Anthony does at this point surprise you or impress you?
Well, yes and no. He's still a young kid. He's still learning a lot of things. I've been with him long enough to know that doubting him is not a really good strategy. So he always wants to prove you wrong, And so sometimes, he'll figure things out faster than you think he will. Love has a great sense of the moment, as we've seen. Sometimes it's the games where he has a tendency to get bored easily are the ones that you worry about most. But, he's just, continues to go from strength to strength, and this is the time of the year that he loves to do it. And so in that regard, he's really navigating the series well, and I give him a ton of credit for that.
When you say doubting him, do you have
No, doubting him in the sense that, if you think that he shouldn't be doing something, he wants to prove to you that he can do it. So.
Yeah, Chris, back in November, there was a loss to the Kings. Talk openly to each other. After Game 4, Dante and I were kind of saying, well, this is a team that can talk to each other now. Where did you just observe this team develop that trait with itself to the point where, okay, we can communicate honestly and openly? How did they get to that point in the course of the season?
It starts with the willingness to be able to have the discussion. I think that's happened, along the way. It's a sign of every team maturing and trusting each other. Starts in the film room, starts on the practice floor, in our safe spaces. Sometimes, when you are out of these emotionally charged environments, it's easier to communicate. We have guys that are high character guys who are highly coachable, so if you get them in the right atmosphere, there is certainly a dialogue take place. I think there's a lot of frustration early on in the season, and it led to some of those walls being put up, but I don't think that was the nature of who we truly are.
How do you as a coach go about facilitating that, or is it kind of something that players have to work out with themselves?
Well, we preach from day one that, you're going to get honesty. You're going to get it from the coaching staff. You're going to get it in the film room. You're going to get it in practice. And that we just need to have the ability to have it from each other, which is the most important thing from player to player, and I think, once guys accepted that we had to make some sacrifices and figure out what everyone's best role was on the team, everything started to go better from there.
Obviously, the lineup that you've been using, what has made them so?
Just the combination of defense and connectivity on offense, really. But we still go with whatever the game gives us at that moment in time. But those guys have been able to make enough clutch shots. Ant's made enough of the right plays, and defensively, we've been able to make enough of the right stops. So.